Sports TV. Shout out to the LDBC, the mighty LDBC, the Lions Den basketball community. So here we go. So I was watching some content creator, some just random dude who don't know nothing about basketball. He almost sounded like that clown Trevor Lane from Laker Nation, but it wasn't him, it was some other guy. And he's not the first one, because I've heard this before. I've heard this rhetoric before, but it just really got under my skin. Sometimes after a while, you let stuff slide because you know it's a lie. You don't even give it no attention. But sometimes that you hear that lie so much, that finally you have to address it. So today is the day that the gloves are coming off, and Dr. BLS has had enough of it, and I'm about to go in on these clowns. So this dude was on there doing some content, and that fish is dead. And he was on there talking about LeBron James, the NBA championship that he won in the bubble was somehow the most difficult win. And I didn't hear the whole clip, but I've heard this, and I'm sure his defense was that because those guys it was during a pandemic and all this, and they were away from their families, and the same old mess that people always do this to defend LeBron James. They always come up with some ridiculous narrative to try to, make it look like that he's really accomplishing something. But let me talk about this, because I've said this on my channel before, but I'm gonna really, really break it down for y'all, those of y'all who simple-minded peasants who don't know nothing about basketball. Let's just talk about it. So, according to this guy's narrative, and according to a lot of you LeBron James fanboys, the reason why is because it was so much of a test, because they were somehow playing in a bubble and they were away from their families. And I'm gonna tell you something. Here's the truth. That had to be the easiest championship. And I've talked about this, but I'm gonna say this on this channel so it'll be easy. So when y'all wanna know why Dr. BLS don't respect the bubble ring, you can go to this video, click on it, and you'll get to hear it firsthand, my explanation. And here's the deal. First of all, in the pandemic, because people were sick, that fish is laying there dead. And that big old fish is dead. That is crazy. He had to just died too. That in this pandemic, the Lakers, like all the other rest of the teams in the NBA, had all of that time off. Anthony Davis had some injuries and all this stuff, and once again, he was falling apart like he always does. That fabric softener body of his was breaking down under the pressure. And because the COVID regulations broke down, made it to where the NBA, they really canceled the season. I always say all the time, the only reason why they restarted the NBA year, the pandemic, and I've heard my boy Too All say this, and I couldn't agree more, was because the whole narrative was for LeBron James to win ring number 4. And so in order to tell that narrative, you got to bring everybody back. And so, what's up, y'all? See y'all. And y'all make sure y'all click that like button. Click that, y'all smash that like, double tap that screen. And, the whole thing is to make themselves, to tell a story and tell a narrative. They would have had to try to restart the season. Excuse me. One of them fish in that pond is dead. It's a big fish. He's laying there. He's asleep. That's crazy. He looks dead, yeah. You said he's yet alive. Okay, as long as I know. Okay, so when you listen to, when I tell this content, when I tell you this, I explain to you every time that LeBron James, yeah, he is still alive. Yep. He's moving his tail. They right. It look like he's moving. Man, it is so funny here seeing this. I've never seen a fish sleep like that. And so LeBron James, the whole idea of the NBA playoffs restarting is just so that they can tell this narrative to make people feel sorry for this dude and make it be like such a triumphant return. You know, LeBron James overcame the obstacles and came back when his back was against the wall. And in Miami or wherever it was, in Disney World in Orlando, he came back against all the odds and won his 4th championship. But see, that's the whole thing. A lot of y'all fall for the bait. That's the story they want you to believe. So they start the season back up, and a lot of the players wasn't going for that. Even what's his name? That was on the Lakers. That little guard they had, that wing they had, that could shoot real good. He didn't come back, light-skinned dude. I can't think of his name right there. His name escapes me. If somebody in the comment section tell me who, I could see him, light-skinned guy. He was a wing on the Lakers. He could shoot real good. Even he didn't come back because he didn't want his family getting sick. So a lot of the NBA players that season. So, and even on other teams. So all the teams, it just so happened, other than him, the Lakers were at full strength. Anthony Davis had 6 months to come back. See, that's why the NBA playoffs were in October in the bubble that year. You know, when the playoffs usually they usually go from April to June, mid-June. But for some reason that year, the playoffs started in October. And they was playing in that stinking bubble. And, you know, they come back and the crowds are not in it. So there's no real pressure to go on the road, travel, get on a plane, get jet lag, and have to deal with all of the stress that comes along that makes a championship worthwhile. So they didn't have to deal with that kind of adversity. They basically just played every game in the same building with no crowd, just a bunch of pictures of people on a screen cheering and all this stuff. And that's the extent of the competition. And you cannot tell me that is the most difficult championship to win when you had 6 months to basically sit out and eat bonbons and or even get in shape. You know, if you were fat, that's why Anthony Davis was fat in the regular NBA season. But then in the bubble, he lost 20, 30 pounds. He was trim and in shape because he had time to get back in shape. Come on, y'all, man, y'all better miss me. He had time to come back from his injuries, all that stuff. So this team benefited the most from it. Now, I understand you got to play games, you got to win. So I'll give them that. But don't sit up here and tell me, feed me this baloney and tell me it's chicken. You know, and they had all those advantages, came back, and basically didn't really play against no real competition because the teams weren't at full strength. They had 6 months to rest. The crowds wasn't in it. And you mean to tell me you gonna sell me that narrative that that's the easiest champ, the hardest championship? Stop it. Stop it. That's all you LeBron James fanboys have ever done. Is tell me that same old story and expect me to believe it. I'm not believing it. I never believed it. I've always known that championship was a scam. I told you the other day on my channel that they should have put Mickey Mouse ears on that trophy. MICKEYMOUSC. And then LeBron James got the nerve to go in the post-game press conference talking about when they were in center court, when Bill Russell was going to give away that MVP trophy, talking about my respect. I'm like, man, get out of here, man. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, that made me have less respect for you. And this is the same LeBron James, and I'm going to talk about this in another video that I got coming up, because I'm going to get on his helmet and nappy-headed Kevin Durant, too, for that garbage over there in Houston. Like, you want me to believe, you telling me that this is the easiest championship, the hardest championship that somebody deserved, that they had to fight for and claw for, but yet he's making excuses still and talking about he wants all this respect. Man, you better get out and miss me with that. I'm not gonna give you no more respect than that. Well, you gotta earn respect.
Man, let me tell you something crazy.
Somebody give you respect. You don't respect, you gotta earn it. Ain't nobody gonna just give you something on a silver platter. And then, like, I'm gonna tell you, like I said, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, man, they wouldn't even, I doubt Kobe Bryant would even flew to Orlando. He'd be like, man, I don't wanna win that, I don't wanna play for that ring. That ring ain't nothing about nothing. Yeah, I thought he was, so he's not dead. I thought he was dead. I told that dude, I thought that fish was dead. So that fish is alive. Man, I thought that thing was dead, man. What's wrong with him? Is he sleeping? Yeah. That's, man, that's scary, man. And that's a goldfish? Man, that is crazy, man.
Expensive.
It's creepy,
That
too.
fish right there probably like 10,000.
Yeah, that's something for like in New Orleans or something like that.
Nah, that's like Asian traditional fish.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yes, it has been confirmed that the fish is alive. Okay, I'm good now. So, man, I'm going to tell you something. That championship was a joke. And for somebody to have the nerve to put that up there, I wouldn't even go address that championship no more until I saw that video where that dude said what he said. To be saying something, yeah, he's alive, confirmed. I saw him get up. Yeah, he woke up and ate some food. Came back from the dead. Yeah, so, man, y'all better miss me with that, man. Nobody want to hear that. That ain't nothing but an excuse. It's like, dude, that right there, I bet I ever in my life hear nobody talk about that was the toughest NBA championship anybody ever won. Stop it. Brandon Love Sports TV. Shout out to the LDBC Lions Den basketball community. It's your boy. I'm out. Peace.